Good morning, everyone. Well, still a nice one today, but a cold front arrives tomorrow, so rain is coming back, and yes, some chilly temperatures as well. But let's start with today first. 8 a.m. this morning, just mostly sunny skies. Temperatures ranging from the low 40s to the upper 40s, but I think more in the upper 40s than the low 40s. Then really looking like a nice afternoon. The earliest we could start to see a couple showers pop up is 5 o'clock. So I do have to mention a very small chance of rain for the homebound commute, but I do think most are going to be dry. And high temperatures today, I think upper 60s are going to be coming. I'm not going to rule out some getting into the low 70s, so right where we should be for this time of year. Very comfortable. It will be breezy this afternoon, gusts 20-25 miles per hour, but nothing crazy. And I really think it's going to take a while for the rain to fill in across the area because this isn't the cold front arriving late this afternoon and this evening. This is activity ahead of the cold front, and so I think the showers are really going to struggle to pop up. I'll mention possibly as early as 5 o'clock, but check out 8 o'clock. We're still talking about just stray showers. I will say probably the best chance in the northwestern part of the area for places like York, Columbus, maybe into the Fremont area. And, a slightly better chance as we get to 11 o'clock, but still not all that much. However, late tonight, I do think the rain will really start to fill in. And let's check out the morning commute tomorrow. Now we're looking at 8 a.m. and now a good chance of rain. Some gaps, you might get lucky for the morning commute. And I say the most likely place where you might get lucky and have a dry morning commute is going to be the eastern part of the area. But definitely talking about scattered showers, maybe a couple of weak thunderstorms, definitely not any severe storms, but a couple of weak thunderstorms, that's a possibility. So I would plan on probably encountering some rain for the morning commute tomorrow. And already, I mentioned that it'll be breezy this afternoon and into the early evening hours. And then the winds are going to die down, but it's going to start to get breezy again tomorrow morning. And then it's actually going to be windy in the afternoon. Tomorrow afternoon, we're looking at gusts 30-35 miles per hour along the cold front and behind it. And then look at high temperatures tomorrow. It is not going to be feeling as nice. We are definitely not going to see any temperatures in the 70s. We're talking about, at best, maybe in the southeastern part of the area. Falls City might hit the upper 50s, around 58, but I really think the mid-50s are going to be most common, and I'm not going to rule out, especially if you get stuck in the rain throughout the day, with more rain rather than dry spots, because as you can see here, we're just looking at 4 o'clock, and we're still talking about scattered showers. If you get more rounds of rain, there is a possibility some could get stuck in the low 50s. But because it's going to be windy, these gusts, 30-35 miles per hour, no matter where you are in southeast Nebraska, it's only going to be feeling like the 40s. The wind chills are going to be ranging from the low 40s to the upper 40s, about 10 degrees cooler than what the temperatures indicate. All right, so now let's talk about Friday evening plans. The good news is after 4 o'clock, as that front gets farther away from us, we are going to be drying out. Now, not completely dry during the evening hours. I do have to mention now we're looking at 8 o'clock. Chance for isolated showers, particularly in the eastern part of the area. There's a pretty good chance that, if you're in Hebron, York, Columbus, it will be dry, completely dry for Friday evening plans, but particularly Falls City, Nebraska City, Omaha, Council Bluffs, got to mention the chance, maybe an outside chance even in Lincoln for isolated showers, but certainly past the peak of the activity. And I think the last of the showers will exit the area by midnight. So if you plan on staying out real late at night, you won't have to worry about any rain. And before we wrap up, in southeast Nebraska this winter, we saw about 14 inches of snow. But imagine if we had seen 700 inches of snow. That happened in one county in California. And on this week's episode of the Across the Sky podcast, we spoke with the guy in charge of cleaning up those 700 inches of snow. And of course, as you can probably imagine, he has some great stories to share. So check out the podcast below this video or wherever you listen to your podcasts.